Oh, what a day. What a day. NFL trade deadline was here. And I tell you what, man, I was glued to my phone. I mean, like me and Adam Schefter, I felt like we were connecting. But there really wasn't that much to talk about, though, today, which was kind of crazy. You normally you hear a lot of chatter on deadline day, but you don't really see a lot of people pull some triggers. But as far as fantasy goes, there wasn't a lot of fantasy relevant trades happening today, but a couple big trades happened today. One of those trades was Sauce Gardner to the Colts for 2 first-round picks and Adonai Mitchell. So if you're holding Adonai Mitchell in Dynasty, I don't know if he's going to be relevant for you anymore, if he's even got a chance anymore. So, but the other one was for Quinnen Williams from the Jets to the Cowboys. So all you Cowboys fans out there, I mean, look, this isn't the equivalent of Micah Parsons. You still would rather have Micah Parsons, in my opinion. If I was a Cowboys fan, I would want Micah Parsons over Quinnen Williams. But that's what the ownership there thought that they needed. So that's what we got. We did have a couple fantasy relevant trades today. So we had Jacoby Myers getting traded to the Jaguars. So the Raiders lose a weapon. They send him to the Jaguars, which helps out because they just lost Travis Hunter, which really we all lost Travis Hunter. We thought that he was going to work out. It looked like he was doing okay. And then, of course, he gets hurt. He's probably out for the fantasy season. So that really doesn't help any of us. But if you're a Jaguars fan, there's a little hope maybe towards the end. So Rashid Shaheed gets traded from the Saints to the Seahawks. So now the Seahawks get a deep threat to go along with that amazing Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's just having a great season so far. Who's still leading the NFL in receiving, by the way. But yeah, I mean, Rashid Shaheed is a great deep threat. So I'm kind of glad for him to get to a team that is going to use him. So I say Brandon says Cowboys have Kenny Clark. They got Kenny Clark. They got another linebacker too.
Wilson.
Yeah, he's from the Bengals, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, so they got a good they got a good little haul, but still, I feel like Parsons is more of an impact player though, in my eyes. But if you're looking at overall, then okay, yeah, you filled in some pieces, so no problem. Two big defensive tackles and one edge. You're right. So if you're looking to like add depth and build overall, then yeah, like you're going in the right direction. So, but there was another trade. The Chargers acquired Trevor Penning, the hard-nosed lineman, because the Chargers lost Joe Alt, and their running game's been bad because they lost Najee Harris to IR and they lost Amar Hampton. So they've been kind of filling in the pieces with Kamani Vidal, who looked really good for 1 week, and then last week just gave you a turd sandwich. But I think this is good though for the Chargers, especially going forward. If you're looking for Amar Hampton to be someone who I think Amar Hampton is going to be pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's going to be solid. They just need to get that line figured out. And with getting Trevor coming in, I think that's definitely going to be a good step in the right direction.
Yeah. But man, that was really about all the fantasy relevant news today from the trade deadline. So, yeah, not much there. But Slayton, man, what you been up to, brother?
Oh, man, just living it, trying to squeak out some wins here, taking some hard-fought battles out here. I had one of my best weeks in one of my leagues and just got the shit beat out of me. The guy scored 222 points in a 12-man league. I'm like, good God.
Whoa. Who was on that team?
He had Drake London. He had Brock Bowers with his fucking 40 piece. He had what was probably it was another running back that had like 30 something points this week. Like everybody on
Kyle Monungai?
No.
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 Which I was admittedly wrong. I told someone that I trusted Tyrone Tracy and somebody else. It was a receiver, I believe. It was a start 2 out of the 3. It was Tracy, Monungai, and somebody else. And I was like, man, go Tracy, because we don't really know what Monungai is yet. And then of course, he goes off in this crazy day or whatever like that. But we get them wrong every now and then. But I feel like as long as we're right more than we're wrong, we're doing okay. So, because it's all about helping everybody win weeks and win championships. So, dude, Rico Dowdle is just tearing it up. Like, he is continuing to just dominate. We thought it was going to be a 50-50 split. Yeah. But Rico Dowdle said, nah, I'm the starter. This is my job. And I don't know if Chuba Hubbard's going to be relevant again unless Rico Dowdle gets hurt. But they paid Chuba Hubbard money. Yep. Like, good running back money. I mean, are we panicking on Hubbard, or are we trading Hubbard to go get Dowdle?
I mean, I'm not necessarily in love with anybody in that offense, to be honest with you. But if I was to have either of the two, it'd be Rico Dowdle right now.
They're winning games right now. I don't know how.
Ugh.
They're not pretty games.
Wow.
How about one Joe Flacco? Old Unc stepping in and keeping Chase and Higgins relevant.
Yes,
giving T. Higgins a game.
Yes, sir.
By God, T. Higgins had a game. Are we buying into Joe Flacco for the rest of the year?
I bought into him a couple weeks ago, man. I really didn't have any other choice. But
we did tell people to go get him.
Yeah, I really didn't have any other choice because it was just like up shit's creek with a paddle, man. Like, it was nothing good.
Yeah.
And, I was scrounging in a couple leagues trying to find something, and I was like, he has the weapons there to be successful. Now it just is all up to him of whether or not he's going to be able to get it done, and he showed that he has been able to get it done. Granted, I think a lot of it has to do with the supporting cast that he has there.
Yeah.
I think of them definitely help out his situation, because earlier this year you seen what he did with the Browns. It was horrible. But then again, you have bums over there for wide receivers. So, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry Jeudy had his flash in the pan year last year. Horrible. And then, Isaiah Bond has been kind of getting a slow start. He's getting acclimated after missing, all of training camp with his legal issues. And then Cedric Tillman, he's been on IR. He's been hurt, so you're having to deal with that. So it hasn't been pretty for the Browns. I mean, the bright spot is, though, like Quinshon Judkins has looked really good. So you do have that to look forward to if you're a Browns fan. Which, I mean, I don't think anybody thought Quinshon Judkins would be bad. We just all thought it would take him a while to get acclimated. But I feel like that Browns, they've got some good pieces in Cleveland. I'm not crazy about their quarterback situation. Hopefully that's something they can kind of figure out. But I do think Isaiah Bond is going to be something. Maybe not like elite or nothing, but I think he's going to be serviceable. Maybe like a Jacoby Myers, type player at the very least, just because his talent is so insanely good. But something else that kind of caught my eye. So I noticed that this yesterday, as we record this on Tuesday, Kyler Murray was not playing, and Jacoby Brissett got the start against the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
In a game that I thought was going to be Cowboys belt to ass on the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong. Jacoby Brissett looks like a very good quarterback. He looks accurate. He's making Marvin Harrison Jr. relevant. He's hitting Trey McBride. I mean, he is looking good. And so much so that he's going to be the starter going forward because they're saying that Kyler Murray's got a foot issue. And the whole internet, all the Twitter sphere, everything like that, the whole fantasy football community, I mean, they're calling this a soft benching kind of thing for Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. Do you think Jacoby Brissett is better for the Cardinals than Kyler Murray?
I mean, he's shown that he's better this year, but I don't necessarily think so, no. I think he's another serviceable veteran quarterback that can come in and be a nice, kind of like a game manager, if you will, where Kyler is one that he is there to extend plays. He is there to utilize his mobility, which Jacoby Brisket or
Brisket baby.
He can't run. He's not. So I think that he's better for the weapons that are there right now. Yes, but at the same time, I think that Kyler, when he is at his best, is way better than Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. But we haven't seen a lot of commitment from Kyler Murray, though. Like, amazing athlete, can run the ball like nobody's business. Definitely a threat on the ground. But when it comes to, like, the accuracy and all that stuff like that, it definitely looks like Jacoby Brissett just has the edge in that right now. And I feel like that's why the Cardinals are going with him, because they feel like they give him the best chance to win right now. And if Kyler Murray's best asset is his legs, and those are kind of being limited right now, then I got to agree with the Cardinals' decision. So, I mean, as long as Jacoby Brissett is playing like this, I feel like this is wheels up for your Cardinals players. Because we got Trey Benson coming back next week. So potentially next week, and I don't know if they're going to bring him back immediately or whatever like that. But yeah, so Jacoby Brissett's good for all Cardinals players. All right. So with the trade deadline stuff that happened today, let's look at some players that stock up and stock down. Like who's benefiting from this? So we talked about Jacoby Myers going to Jacksonville. Okay. How are we feeling that this affects Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr.? Like, how are we thinking this helps that offense here?
I don't think it does.
Okay.
That offense has looked fucking horrible all season.
And that's with BTJ and Hunter.
Yeah, and I don't think Jacoby Myers is going to fix that. If I'm being completely transparent, that's not what's going to fix this offense. And, I think it's more of just a drop in the bucket of them trying to stay relevant this season. But I honestly do not foresee them even being playoff relevant.
Yeah. Brandon says Cardinals got to stop with the hope in Kyler Murray. I mean, top draft pick. It's hard to walk away from somebody like that. It really is. But they've done it before. They did with Josh Rosen.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Yeah, that didn't work out too well. So with the Raiders, okay, so with the departure of Jacoby Myers, I know the Raiders have not been good, but how does this affect our Trey Tucker, Jack Besh? These are deep players for Jack Besh, but we know that it's not going to hurt Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers was eaten, with the loaded roster. But how do we think this affects Trey Tucker? You think this is even more wheels up for Trey Tucker?
I think Trey Tucker's going to get more trot this season. But as far as next season, I think they bring in a big name wide receiver off season this year after doing retooling here, to be honest with you. But I think for this season, Trey Tucker will be safe. But then again, it just kind of depends on how they're playing this defense. I don't know who Jacoby Myers was drawing as far as like in the coverage, if it was their number one corner or if the number one corner was over Brock Bowers or how they had that arranged.
Yeah.
Now that would mean to tell me that Trey Tucker is going to get number one duties, and that's not ideal because he's not a number one type of guy. But nor here nor there. I think Brock Bowers has a huge uptick. I think that offense is going to run primarily through them. But something that I've been seeing over the last couple of weeks is that it looks like they're wanting to use a two tight end formation and a two tight end offense. So I could see Mayer definitely getting some more targets and to being more involved in this offense.
Yeah, definitely running that 12 personnel. But what's funny is there were some people, the Packers, I believe, inquired about Michael Mayer after the Tucker Kraft injury, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But next person, we talked about Adonai Mitchell. He wasn't anybody that was on your teams in redraft, by any stretch of the imagination. But with the Jets, man, like him going to the Jets, how are we viewing this? Are we just viewing this as he was a throw-in piece and it doesn't do anything for fantasy or dynasty at all?
I think he needed a reset, realistically, and I think the fan base was kind of over him there,
especially at that Rams game.
Yeah, after that bonehead mistake, I think he needed a change of scenery. But
two bonehead mistakes in that game. Like, I think it cost the Colts a game.
I don't know about all that.
Hey, come on. I know you're a Rams fan, but come on. Because that's two touchdowns he took off the board. The run from Jonathan Taylor, and then him dropping the ball before the goal line. But I think the kid's very talented, but he's going to the butthole of the NFL.
Yeah,
like he's gonna go and die there. So this sucks for Adonai Mitchell.
Yeah.
Does this help Justin Fields at all? Because he's still got Garrett Wilson, who they said today was quote unquote untouchable. Like he's untouchable in the trade talks today.
Cool. Okay, ruin that kid's career. What doesn't make a fuck lick of difference to me.
Yeah.
It just is sad because I don't think that head office has any idea of what the hell they're doing. Realistically, they draft pretty decent, but as far as everything else goes,
yeah, because they have top 5 picks every year.
Yeah, it's not hard whenever you're getting top 5 every year, but it's silly,
yeah.
Sad every time that anybody goes there that's worth a damn. It's like cringy to even be like, oh, I'm interested.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Bringing more weapons there. I don't know, dude, because even Breece Hall was literally saying today, like, I want out, trade me. He was online, everything, putting all the messages out there, and still nothing. Even the Chiefs, I think, offered a 4th-round pick for Breece Hall. It was a 3rd or 4th-round pick for Breece Hall, which I think is too low. And clearly the Jets thought that as well. But
the Jets want a king ransom for him.
You're not gonna get that. Because you haven't. Other teams haven't seen him perform this year because your team's so bad.
Yeah,
like I don't think you would get what you want for Garrett Wilson at this point because your team's been so bad.
They should have just sold everything else, team included. Just sell it all.
Yeah, new ownership. Maybe they'll change the team around.
That's what they need. Ownership, because the last 12 brought in for coaches have been absolutely atrocious. I don't get it. They have all the talent in the world that comes by there, but can't put the pieces together. And I think a lot of it has to do with that front office. And, it sucks to say this, but they need to clean house, dude. They need to get a start, maybe rename the team. I don't know. Do something. Because it's been bad out there.
That offense, that whole franchise just needs to be rejuvenated. I mean, they need a shot of energy. But you know what? Where they can get some good energy from, Slayton?
Dubby.
They can get some good energy from old Dubby, man. So look, if you're one of those people that was like me for all those years, drinking all the canned energy drinks, the soda style with all the chemicals in it, just making your guts hurt after so long, dude, I found this stuff Dubby. Okay, it's made from it's coffee fruit extract, and the flavors are phenomenal. Like right now, I'm drinking the blue fruit punch. And dude, my wife loves it. I put a little extra in there, and it acts as a pre-workout, so I don't get any of the bad feeling, the bad crash, anything. I mean, it's just a straight clean energy. I really like this stuff. You know, I drink it every day. I honestly do. I got three what do you call it, shakers? I got 3 of these shakers here at my house, and man, it's part of the routine. But if you want to try it, if you've been thinking about getting away from the energy drinks, go try W out. Use the Kingmaker promo code here. It's 10% off. That's everything, your whole order, no matter how many times you use it. It's a lifetime code. Kingmaker at w.gg. Look at all their flavors. Like all the flavors that we have that are up here at the top, they got so much stuff there to check out. So go check that out and get you some W. But so looking at the Seahawks, man, we're looking at the Seahawks just rolling. This offense is getting after it. Sam Darnold is looking really, really good. Minnesota wasn't a fluke, bro. He's looking really good. Now, it helps that he does have JSN. Okay. Torrey Horton's coming on. And, bro, I like what they got going on over there. They're starting to actually use Kenneth Walker more. It looked like he did something wrong, like he was pissing somebody off because they weren't giving a lot of run, which we were taking Kenneth Walker kind of high because Kenneth Walker's amazing. But now they got Rashid Shaheed, a deep threat. They still have Cooper Kupp coming back from injury. So, dude, is it just wheels up for all Seahawks players right now?
No, I don't think Rashid Shaheed really gets that much trot as everybody says he does. I thought he was being used at quite a high clip in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I guess that, him going over here, I don't foresee him being good enough to vulture targets from JSN. That's just how it is.
Oh, no.
So this means either to me that Torrey Horton is completely out, or I'm not quite sure what they're wanting to do with Torrey Horton with this acquisition,
Yeah.
Like Torrey Horton was meant to be that guy, and JSN can run, deep routes as well. So in my mind, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense, but, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and maybe they have some sort of a plan behind it.
Yeah, I wonder if this might spell the end for Cooper Kupp, though.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper Kupp's like 50, dude.
He's not that old. Stop. He's not that old. Nah.
Yeah.
As far as like wide receivers go, like he's had his run. He's not in his prime anymore by any means, but I definitely don't think this is the a beard here in my mouth. I don't think this is the spot for Cooper Kupp long term. But with Rashid Shaheed going to the Seahawks, what does that mean for all our Saints pass catchers?
Nothing.
We're not thinking this is stock up for Chris Olave.
No, they're fucking starting Tyler Show. That dude looks like
yeah. I had to ask the question. I'm with you, but I had to ask the question.
Why they didn't trade Chris Olave is beyond me.
And that's another one that you feel bad for.
Like, it's the same situation, just Spider-Man memes right now.
Yeah.
Like, no part of that offense, just like I don't want any part of the New York Jets offense. The only difference is I know that New Orleans is not that dumb to stay like this.
There's only one person that I think benefits from this move, and that's Jawan Johnson.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Only because he's like the emergency blanket, I mean, if you're in a league where you have defenses, Colts defense, I guess.
I've had Colts defense. It just gets worse, dude. Golly.
So some of the guys that I was really, really hoping to see move, I was really wanting to see Breece Hall get traded. I was really wanting to see him go to a better spot. I was wanting to see guys like Calvin Ridley. I was wanting to see Chris Olave get traded for sure. I was. I was kind of like low-key thinking that Kamara was still going to get traded even though he said he didn't want to. But because at the end of the day, it's a business. Right now, what he does after the fact, that's on him. But if the organization says, hey, we can get a 5th-round pick for you, a 4th-round pick for you, and instead of nothing when you retire, then like, okay, we're going to do that. Because like if you're the Saints, like you're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. So, but I kind of low-key wanted him. And then, of course, Michael Mayer was one of the ones where it was like he's a good tight end, and there's the Packers who needed a tight end. But chances are it was one of those situations where the Raiders knew the Packers needed a tight end, so they just put the price point way high. And then here you are, you're still you don't have a tight end if you're the Packers other than Luke Musgrave, but Luke Musgrave was drafted higher than Tucker Kraft. So is this wheels up for Luke Musgrave?
I think he'll be a bigger part in this offense than we would like to believe.
I think you're right.
I think that he still was getting plays even though he was tight end 2. He would come out there in certain sets. Like, it wasn't like he was an absolute nobody. Like, he still got trot with Tucker Kraft being there. Like, he would get certain drives to himself and that type of stuff going into this. Granted, I think with Christian Watson coming back, that might hinder him into getting a whole lot of trot. But I do think that he'll be serviceable. And, like, if you're in a pinch for a tight end, that would be one that I would be looking at for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're the guy who just lost Tucker Kraft and who's been running him all year, hey, go get his replacement. Go get Luke Musgrave. All right, so let's move into our injuries. This is a great segue to move into injuries. But before we do that, here at Kingmaker Sports, we are doing a jersey giveaway at 200 subscribers. Okay, 200. It's going to be we'll decide what jersey it's going to be. It's going to be a relevant fantasy football player. So you're not just going to get some Joe Blow that means nothing and whatever like that. Brand new jersey. You'll be the first person to ever wear it. So at 200 subscribers, we'll be doing a random drawing for you to get a free jersey of your favorite player. Not your favorite player, but just of one of a good fantasy football player. We'll decide it and announce it here on the team. But you can't win the free jersey if you're not a subscriber. So go over, hit that subscribe button so that way you can be entered to get that free jersey whenever we hit 200 subs. So make sure you do that. Tell everybody else, because the faster we get to 200, the faster we do the drawing, and the faster you might win. So looking at our injuries, man, what's one injury that kind of shocked you a little bit this week?
Oh, man. I mean, Jaden Daniels pretty shocking.
That looked nasty.
That was disgusting. Same with Tucker Kraft, man. Both of those just broke my heart. Tucker even more so, just because we've been hyping him to all high heavens in this show, and just coming to a crashing halt. Like, man, like he was doing so well, and like it hurts, and a lot of that offense ran through him. So I think this is going to be a very, very large problem for the Packers, and I think it kind of showed this week when they were playing with no Tucker Kraft there at the end of the game, and they just could not move the ball. It was disgusting. So,
yeah, he definitely was a amazing sleeper tight end for you if you took him late, because we were telling everybody, like, look, take guys like Kraft late, take Tyler Warren late. Like, these are the guys, and even sleep on Aronde Gadsden, telling, hey, go pick him. He could be good. And, man, that's a heartbreaker, dude. because I know you loved you some Tucka, but
For
here
sure.
we are, and so that's another injury. But yeah, like the Jaden Daniels thing, dude, dislocating that elbow like that, and I mean, he's done for your fantasy season. I don't think there's any way they need to bring him back at all.
Just sad, man.
And you're down so much. Why was he in the game? So Ryan Clark, so on I forget what it made, NFL Live or whatever it was, Ryan Clark said that having him in the game was the right decision. Like he's your quarterback. He needs to be in there or whatever. The score was like 30 something to 7 at the time, I think. So and it was fourth quarter, like what, under 7 minutes, I think, something like that. I'm sure I'm getting some of these details wrong, but the situation still, your starting quarterback does not need to be in there. Even Dan Orlovsky immediately told Ryan Clark, he's like, no, not at all. Your starting quarterback, your franchise player, does not need to be in the game. It's different if we're talking about like a Tyler Shuck or a Spencer Rattler, if they're just happen to be starting or happen to be the starting quarterback at the time of the end of the season. But this is one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league who is in his second year, and he is the face of your franchise right now, and you have him in the game that late, and this happens. You cannot allow this to happen. I mean, you're down like 3 touchdowns or more. Like once you get to 3 touchdowns, you're down 3 touchdowns, and you're within like 8 minutes of the end of the game. It's like, bro, come on. It's kind of, and you've been playing like trash.
Huh?
Nah. I'm sorry, dude. Like, are you keeping Jaden Daniels in there at that point? And hey, your opinion, that's fine, whatever.
No, not with the deficit that was going on, but at the same time, like I don't think that Dan Quinn is going to bench his star player. It's one of those things that, like, I don't think that even if you were to try to take Jaden Daniels out of the game, that he would let you.
Well,
and like
you're not benching him though.
It's a hard fought battle because you don't want to, you don't want to take your guy out. You don't want them to feel like, hey, you don't have the belief in me, that type of stuff. And like, it's hard to keep a player from himself. A lot of the times these guys will go out there and play hurt and they don't care. They just want to play ball. They just want to be out there. And I think that's probably a lot of the situation too. So like, at the end of the day, is it not the right decision to keep him out there? Yeah, 100%. Like, he's the face of the franchise. He's your moneymaker. He's what puts asses in seats. And now you jeopardize that by letting that happen. So,
Yeah.
but then again, if you're playing scared and you're taking your fucking players out all the time because you're worried about injury, like, it's not a good look either. So, like, it is what it is, like,
I get that.
You see it, and like, oh, everybody's all about like, oh, is this RG3 situation again? Like, no, it's not. But
Everything was the same though. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Everything was the same yard line, same location. Like everything was the same.
Other than an injury.
Yeah, the injury was the only thing that was different. Like that is what was weird. But all right, so next injury, CJ Stroud suffered a nasty concussion from an unsportsmanlike kind of hit. It didn't look good at all. And what little momentum CJ Stroud was starting to pick up after just battling that atrocious offensive line all season long. Now he's in concussion protocol. Anybody saw that hit is like, it's obvious. I think this is a multi-week kind of concussion situation, man. Like that was pretty nasty. I mean, are you panicking on CJ Stroud? Like,
I wasn't.
How are you feeling about your Texans players?
I wasn't on him most of the season. So
okay.
At the end of the day, like, he wasn't one that I have on any of my teams to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's not much for me to kind of give an analysis on that because, like, I just was not in love with that offense to begin with.
Okay.
But at the same time, like, he is who makes the wheels turn in that offense. I don't think Dougie Davis Mills is going to do dick all out there.
No, I don't think anybody's expecting that.
Like, yeah, it was a nasty hit, and it cracked me up because I was watching the broadcast, and they're like, "Oh, he's being evaluated for a groin injury." So, what?
Because he has a vagina, or
Yeah, he's going back into the locker room, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's got a concussion." Yeah, no shit.
yeah, we all saw it. How do you get groin injury from that nasty hit? I don't understand that.
It was goofy. I was just like, all right, okay.
So
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention or what the hell was going on, but yeah, it cracked me up. I was like, okay.
so you being a resident Rams fan, what's the status with Puka Nakua? Can you tell us about that?
I really don't have much in on him. I think that I really haven't seen too much on my side, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, saying is like his ribs and stuff are they're gonna doing X-rays on his ribs. They took him out of the game, and just seeing how that's gonna play out. So we'll wait and see what those X-rays and those scans come back and say about those ribs. Hopefully, nothing's broken. You don't want anybody to be hurt, especially somebody of the caliber of Puka Nakua, who you took in the first round of your redrafts and everything. So. But mainly for the health of the young man, you want him to be okay, and all these young men. Kyler Murray's foot, man. I want to touch on that real quick. Are we believing this, or is this an excuse for a soft benching?
I believe it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think that Kyler predicates his game on being mobile and being able to extend plays. So it's very hard to play at your best level and do what you are paid to do when you're dealing with injuries in your lower extremities. Like, it just is what it is, Like, when you're a running quarterback, you don't necessarily want to go out there with knee injuries and that type of stuff. And, like, at the same token, like, this offense has looked pretty decent. Like, they've gone
Yeah.
out and played pretty good. Like, what is the harm and the foul of letting him sit for another week or two to kind of get his shit back together and to be 100%?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you know,
It's definitely gonna be interesting to see what they're doing with that because they're kind of in a rock and a hard place. Like, yeah, okay, we want to watch the foot, but Jacoby Brissett's playing really good right now.
yeah. My thing is if it was like the end of the road here for Kyler Murray and like they were truthfully benching him, I think he would have been dealt today.
Uh, Yeah, that's fair. If that's somebody, I mean, they've shown that they're not afraid to move on from an early round pick, but at least they've had some years with Kyler Murray to prove it. So Aaron Jones just got back from being injured, and then here we are, AC joint on the shoulder, and might be going out again for an unknown period of time.
The dude's 50, man. Like, what?
He's a little guy. He's just a baby. It's so funny watching Kyler Murray out there run. He said he's a foot too short. That's his injury. He's a foot too short.
Yeah.
But Aaron Jones.
Yeah, man. Dude's old. So you're expected to have these problems when you're old. That is what it is, man. Jordan Mason is going to go right back to having.
Yep. What?
I just got a notification that says Dolphins QB Quinn Ewers announces move away from football on Sunday.
Okay. I mean, he wasn't starting, so
That was interesting, but yeah. But yeah, no, I think that Jordan Mason's going to go back to running the football like he has been doing. I just like it sucks to see because Aaron Jones, when he's in there, he's good. But much like hairline, he doesn't have much career left.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just the sad truth of it. We say all the time, Father Time's undefeated. So, Aaron Jones has had a pretty good career, mainly with Green Bay, but hey, this is it. This is the world we live in. So now that we're done talking about injuries, let's get in the meat and potatoes of it, and let's talk about some waiver wire ads. So here we are. It's going into week 10, and we've talked about all these waiver ads throughout the weeks, and you've got them on your team. Well, there's a few more that you probably should be looking at, and here's why. Our first one, like we mentioned earlier, with the loss of Tucker Kraft, I'm going to go Luke Musgrave. I know that's kind of a chalky kind of waiver ad. I know probably every other show out there is saying the same thing, but I feel like it's got to be said. Go get Luke Musgrave because they clearly want to use the tight end position. So they drafted him ahead of Tucker Kraft for a reason, I feel like. So now's the time to be able to say, hey, look, let's see what we got in Luke Musgrave. So I'm going to say go ahead and grab Luke Musgrave on your waivers this week. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the pickup of Luke Musgrave. I won't lie to you on that one. I think he's going to be a serviceable tight end for the rest. I'm not huge on how that offensive has looked outside of Josh Jacobs this year. So interesting to see where that goes, but I think he'll be serviceable, somebody that you can throw in and at least get points.
Yeah, I mean, so against the Panthers, which they lost to the Panthers in crazy fashion, real low scoring game. But so he had 3 for 3. Okay, he caught all 3 of his targets, but only for 34 yards. So it's not like he had just a crazy game or nothing like that. But in sleeper leagues, Luke Musgrave is only owned in 3% of leagues. 3. Go get you some Luke Musgrave. And even if he doesn't work out, man, you got him. Hopefully you got him for free. If you had Tucker Kraft and you need a tight end, there's not any better options out there. Man, throw about 10, 15% of your fab out there and see what you got, and hopefully you're not out much on that situation. What's one of your waiver ads this week?
Probably one of mine. If Troy Franklin's out there, I'm definitely making a move on Troy Franklin. They didn't bring in any other pass catchers like they've been talking for the last 2 months about. That's all that I heard was like, oh, they're going to bring another pass catcher in for this offense and da-da-da. But the last 2 weeks, all that I've seen is Troy Franklin make a push to be that number 2 wide receiver. And he's looked good doing it. So, I think he would be a good add into this. He's been serviceable most of the season. So I think now he's going to start taking a bigger step forward into this offense.
Yeah, the only reason, he's had 2 great weeks, and then this past week could have been really, really good. I mean, the targets for Troy Franklin are averaging 8 to 9. I mean, he's had 10 targets, 8 targets, and then 10 targets this past week. The guy's getting targets. The only problem is he only caught 4 of those this week. But I saw some of those, and not all those were his fault. No. So, but targets. Those are the big things that you want in pass catchers because those are opportunities, and those opportunities turn into receptions, and those receptions turn into points. And points lead to winning the game because you play to win the game. But yeah, so I'm with you, bro. Go get Troy Franklin if he's available. Right now, he's about 54% in sleeper leagues. So, I mean, he could be there. You never know. He could be there. But go get him if he's available for sure. So another waiver wire ad that I have for this week is going to be Colston Loveland. Somebody that people were not still in on. He had the big draft capital coming into the year after being taken so high in the draft. And then he just had such a slow start. I mean, really at a snail's pace, really, when you look at it. I mean, he wasn't getting targeted. He wasn't even on the field most of the time for half the game. I mean, these are his snap percentage right here, starting at week 1, 57, 53. Against Dallas, 10%. Which, Dallas, when you're playing Dallas, that's normally always a shootout. 42%, 67. This is where we start seeing it go up. 42, 67, 81, 81 in the past 2 weeks against Baltimore and Cincinnati. So, and the targets, of course, are going up as well. So he had 7 targets. He caught 6 of those passes this past week, which is really good for $118, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Count them, 2 touchdowns. So Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson are finally starting to realize, hey, this guy's pretty good. This old Colson Loveland guy we took with our first round pick, pretty dang good. So I don't know. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about Colson Loveland? Because I mean, he's available in leagues. He's only owned in 29% of leagues.
I like him, but at the same time, like there's so many mouths to feed in that offense. It's really hard to figure out where he gets in.
Dustin Wells 289 says, "What's up, fellas? Put in order for waiver pickup. Cleveland, Bills, Ravens, Carolina D. How much fab?" All right. I'm assuming that you're flying these players like you get a different one each week. I'm just glad the Jets weren't an option on there. I'm joking because the Jets have nobody on their defense anymore. They're all gone.
Yeah.
But at least good thing is for the Jets, they're just stockpiling first round picks. So we got Cleveland, we got the Bills, and the Ravens. So let's look at this. So Cleveland. Let's look at who Cleveland's playing this week. Cleveland's playing the Jets. God.
Jets where?
They're playing the Jets in New Jersey.
Okay.
So the weather is supposed to rain, is what it's looking like here, which is favorable for Cleveland. The Bills are playing the Dolphins, so a division game, but the Dolphins are just dog water. And then the Ravens are playing the Vikings in Minnesota. So they'll be in the dome, but Minnesota looked really good this week. And that Ravens, just because Lamar's back, don't mean the defense is any better.
It would probably be Cleveland for me.
Yeah. And then Carolina's not really that good of a defense, but I'm with you. I think you should go Cleveland against the Jets. The Jets, they're demoralized. The Jets players don't even want to be there. Breece Hall is begging to leave town. So do you think he's really going to be running the ball? Do you think he's really going to be fighting for extra yards?
No, and it's going to be a rainy game. It's going to be a slop fest, man. So I would definitely go with Cleveland. I think it's probably going to have the lowest point total in all the games if you go to like your betting odds of what's going to be what. But they're
37.5 is what ESPN has them.
All the other ones are probably what, 40?
48 to 50. Yeah. The other one that's lower is not lower, but the other lower one is 38.5, and that's Jaguars Texans.
Yeah, so this game is what I would be wanting to go after. You have Myles Garrett, who's going to be an absolute unit. You have Denzel Ward that can lock down. So, like, they have a great defense out there. But as far as getting any sort of offense going on in this game, it's going to be horrible. So, I would be picking up Cleveland's defense 100%.
Yeah, totally. So good luck with that, Dustin, man. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button here on YouTube at Kingmaker Sports and get yourself entered to win a free jersey once we hit 200, man. Thank you for the question. So next up, we just talked about Colson Loveland, who is highly available in leagues, in sleeper leagues. And go ahead and give us another one, brother. Give us your next waiver ad.
Next waiver ad, I would probably be going after Marcus Mariota.
We are very excited about Sauce to the Colts. Go get you the Colts are actually one of my defenses you should stream the rest of the season. just because of that.
Pick them up though. Like anybody that has them as a defense ain't letting them.
No, not at all. Not at all, man. But sorry, you were saying?
Probably Marcus Mariota. With oh Lord. With Daniels being out for the rest of the season, I think that he's going to come in, and he showed earlier in the season that he did pretty good without there. So, I think he could be a lot worse. He's going to be a mobile quarterback. He is going to be able to run. Showed that he can deal a little bit. So I think that it'll be a fun one to kind of stick into your lineup, especially like super flex or something of that nature. You'll probably get some pretty good points out of them.
Yeah.
But that would be my next one there.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty decent one. So, all right. So that concludes our waiver section. There's not really a lot of crazy stuff that happened this week. I mean, with the injuries and everything like that, we're not going and picking up Davis and Mills if CJ Stroud's going to be out. We're not doing that. Yes, injuries do bring opportunity, but you have to look at the quality of that opportunity and then who the next man up is in that system as well. So it's not every time you're just like, oh, let's go get this person. I will say with Travis Hunter being out on IR the rest of the fantasy season, even though they did just get Jacoby Myers, I think Parker Washington is worth a stash. I'm not putting Parker Washington as a priority. He's a stash. If you have room, if you're just really, really hurting right now for wide receivers, I think Parker Washington could do pretty well for you. I mean, he's getting pretty high amount of targets. He's getting up in the 9s. Like he got last week with 90 yards. He didn't get a touchdown, or else it would have been a great week. But I think Parker Washington is worth a good stash in deeper leagues. So go ahead and grab him. What you got?
What do we have on? Oh Lord, Kayshon Boutte.
Not really. I mean, I'm more on the Pop Douglas train than Kayshon Boutte, which I love the talent of Boutte. I've liked Kayshon Boutte since he was a freshman at LSU, but I just feel like Pop Douglas just kind of has more of it right now for Drake May. And Drake May's, I mean, a quarterback's going to throw to the guy he trusts the most.
I would be trying to pick up either one of those.
Yeah, definitely go try and get one of those guys. Drake May's looking really good, dude.
Exactly why I want to pick up anybody that I can that is looking promising on that offense.
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we go ahead and pick up Jenkins too? Since he's the one getting touchdowns out there? Or Jennings? Was it Jennings?
Oh, was it Tyrell or whatever? Nah. I'm not buying into that right now, man.
Bro, I seen him get a touchdown. And I started busting up laughing. I was like, I know Justin's mad as hell.
Yeah, I saw that, but he didn't do anything after that though. So that's why I was like, all right, whatever. Like there was a couple of them. I was like, bro, I just told this person like don't do this, and then boom, he goes and gets a touchdown, but he didn't do anything after that. But I don't know. Sometimes it happens that way. It's just, I guess that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess, as they say. But so looking at all the players that did so well this past week, all right, we had a couple players that did really well. Like let them know out there, who are some players that really performed for you this week?
Oh, Drake London went crazy this week. Rico Dowdle went crazy this week. T. Higgins went crazy this week. Brock Bowers went crazy. Shoot, man. Like, Joe Flacco went crazy this week for you. I know that Matt Stafford went nuts for you this week. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of big numbers to be had this week.
Bro, people sleeping on Matt Stafford. They're like, oh, he's old, this and that. Like, bro, if you want to win, like you're playing Matt Stafford. But yeah, there was some really good ones. Caleb Williams, stupid week. Christian McCaffrey's been still doing his thing.
Yeah.
So look, what's up?
DJ Moore had a week.
Yeah. So looking at all everybody who had such great weeks, man. So this is the segment of our show. It's called the King of the Week. All right, it's Kingmaker Sports King of the Week. This is an award that we give weekly to the top performer. We try to stay away from quarterbacks if we can, unless they just have a stupid week. I mean, just ridiculous. Just because quarterbacks, it's easier for them to score more points. But this week, one individual went above and beyond for his team, catching 12 of 13 targets, 127 yards, and not one, not two, but count them, 3 touchdowns for his team. And that is one Mr. Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, you are not taking him out of your lineup. He is going to be there every week, no matter what receiver they bring in. Brock Bowers is going to get fed, and boy, he's going to eat. So this week's Kingmaker Sports King of the Week winner is Mr. Brock Bowers. Congratulations, Brock Bowers. You, sir, are changing people's lineups. So we're getting close to the end of the show here, about to hit that 1 hour mark. We try and keep it, hour for your lunch breaks, things like that. So that way it's easy to turn on. Let's look at look at the matchups coming up in week 10. What are some players that we're looking at? We'll go each game, kind of what we're looking at. Unless you just have what are some ones that really stand out to you to say, hey, this is somebody that you should start with authority in week 10? So these are the teams that are on bye week this week. All right. So we've got the Titans are on bye week. We've also got the Bengals that are on a bye week. We've got the Cowboys that are on a bye week. And we've got the Chiefs that are on a bye week. Okay. Lots and lots of fantasy players here. Okay. You're missing Joe Flacco, missing T. Higgins, missing Jamar Chase, missing Dak Prescott, missing CeeDee Lamb, missing George Pickens, missing Jake Ferguson, missing Javonte Williams. That's 5 people just with the Cowboys. The Titans, you're missing. I'm just playing, but you ain't missing nobody from the damn Titans. The Chiefs, you're missing Mahomes. You're missing Kelsey, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, and maybe even Kareem Hunt if you're starting Kareem Hunt with a hurting backfield in there. So lots of people missing, even though there's only not that many teams on bye week, but you're missing a lot of players. So I don't know, Slayton, you got anybody that really stands out to you, man, that you want to start like with authority?
With authority, I haven't really been looking at the matchups yet this week, so it kind of makes it a little hard for me.
Well, how about this? Raiders, Broncos. Who really stands out to you as somebody that you should start? Like, I guess outside of like the ones you're going to start, because Brock Bowers, you're going to start him no matter what.
Portland Sutton for sure.
Yeah. You talked
I
about Troy Franklin. What about Troy Franklin? You think he's an authority start?
I would be interested in Troy Franklin, but I'm not ready for authority yet. It would be a safe play, but yeah, I definitely would throw him in, especially with all the bye weeks going on right now.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say J.K. Dobbins. I'm gonna say start J.K. Dobbins with authority.
Oh no, Matt Crosby be eating those boys up.
We'll see, man. The Broncos got so many options. It's gonna be tricky. So next matchup, we got Falcons Colts. They're in Berlin, starting at 8:30 in the morning. So does that change your mind on any players at all?
I mean, Falcons has got a really good defense, and so does Indianapolis. It's going to be a really interesting game how that goes. I would probably start Drake because you have to, but I don't feel comfortable in doing so. Same with Bijan. Like it just is a hard matchup there.
Yeah.
Probably feel pretty good with like Alec Pierce, where he's not the one taking all the coverage, but
Yeah. So with that question there, Dustin, if you're going to spend like any decent fab on a defense, you want to look at their upcoming schedule. Their next 3 games, I think, are kind of favorable. Well, outside of the Ravens, because with Lamar, as long as Lamar's there, that Ravens offense is different. So you're going to have a good week against the Jets. So that right there is a locked in. Like you start, that's probably the top defense you want to play this week in fantasy.
I wouldn't spend fab on defenses. Like that's just how I am. Like because I'm sure that you can find another one that's going to be serviceable for free. That's just the way I see it.
That's fair.
Like it makes not a whole lot of sense to me whenever you could be dumping all of that fab into a difference maker.
Yeah.
We're kind of like, okay,
like a Luke Musgrave.
Are you the difference between fucking 2 points? It's not going to make or break your week.
Yeah. There's usually not much difference between defenses and kickers to really make a difference.
Yeah, but the fab that you might be spending might be what you need to put together to get like a Trey Benson coming back from IR, or somebody that you can make a huge difference with, or a big injury goes on, you got to pick up the running back. So that would be my 2 cents in this. Like yes, granted, Cleveland's defense would be a good pickup, but I wouldn't go out of my way to spend any fab on it.
Yeah, that's fair. So looking at the matchups. So we just got to done with Colts, Falcons, Jaguars, Texans. So we know CJ Stroud's not going to be starting most likely because that hit was pretty nasty. I'm just going to go on a limb here and say he's going to be ruled out. Okay, is that fair? You think to say?
Yeah.
So who do we like there? We got Jacoby Myers in town. Do we think he makes a difference week 1 or his first week there?
No.
Okay.
No. I think Parker Washington gets more play time than Jacoby Myers on this one.
Okay. They have they have this as the second lowest scoring game of the week too.
I'm not interested in this game much at all.
Okay.
Maybe Travis Etienne, but that would be a real question mark.
Yeah.
Great about it at all. But yeah, it's not looking good on the side of the ball there.
Yeah, I agree. This is not going to be good for fantasy players. Giants, Bears. This is I feel like you want to start the Bears defense against the Giants.
Yeah, kind of. But at the same time, like the Bears defense hasn't been fantastic by any means. So I think that I'm hoping there's a big bounce back game from Doomsday. But I think that Colson Loveland might have been a little bit of fool's gold for everybody. Like I want him to be a huge part of this offense. Like he is not. And they just haven't shown that they want to utilize that tight end up until this game. So I think they're going to go where their bread is buttered and continue to target DJ Moore and continue to target Roma Dunze. But yeah, that would be one that I would try to kind of keep my distance from there until I see for sure.
Okay.
As far as like how Guy goes, I would throw him to for sure. Same with L. Robinson. I'll throw him into a flex spot as well. Yeah, most of your options there, I would be pretty.
Yeah. All right. So next matchup, we got Bills Dolphins. Dolphins. So the Dolphins traded away Jalen Phillips, so he's gone. The Eagles are just collecting all the Infinity Stones on defense right now. So I'm saying firing up James Cook with authority. I mean, I know you're playing him already, but
here, Josh Allen, All three of them need to be started. Miami, you're looking at H-N. End of story.
Yeah. I mean, how do you convince yourself to play anybody else outside of Devon Achane? I mean, it's hard to do.
You
So that one was pretty easy. This here could actually turn into a pretty good game. Ravens Vikings in Minnesota.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty solid game there. Both of these defenses have been a little bit shaky at times, so I think this has potential to be a really, really good game. So I definitely am starting up Lamar. Probably a little bit of Zay Flowers out there. Just
Okay.
kind of see what I can get. Not super in love with trying to start Mark Andrews or Bateman or any other the cast of bums they got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There or whatever. They got all sorts of they try to push out there.
Yeah.
Now the other side of the ball goes. Um, I would probably force a start with Mason just because that's their only option right now. And of course, you want to start Jay Jettas and you want to start Addison. So
Yeah.
fire them up.
100%. So before we go on to our next one here, you see on the ticker at the bottom, here at Kingmaker Sports on YouTube, we're giving away a free jersey once we reach 200 subscribers on YouTube. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that way you can be entered to win that free jersey once we get there. Also, something that we found when we did our 100 subscriber giveaway, if your settings are too private, we cannot tell that you are a subscriber. It just shows a number. So make sure that we are able to see your account so that way we can message you and get a hold of you and let you know that you've won a free jersey once we reach that 200 subscriber mark. So if you're not subscribed, you can't win a jersey. Simple as that. So go ahead and subscribe at Kingmaker Sports on YouTube and get you a free jersey. We talked about Browns Jets. I mean, Quinshon Judkins?
If he's even back from injury.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only person I'm interested in here. Maybe in Njoku as well, but
And
I just this is a nasty one here. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the show. Like, this is the lowest point total for betting odds at 37.5. So I don't know if there's anybody here that's really good. Breece Hall, I don't think Breece Hall is going to be running with any kind of purpose after him demanding to be traded on trade deadline and then nothing. And seeing that the Jets are trading people, they're willing to deal.
yeah,
And nothing. So I don't think Breece Hall is going to be fighting for yards. I don't think he's really going to give a crap one way or the other. So I think in the offseason he's out of here. But I mean, are you trusting Breece Hall, or do you think that's the case?
I want no part.
That's fair, man. I mean, the Jets are just a laughing stock right now at 1-7.
Even before him requesting the trade and everything like that, he's played like butt this season. So, like, what makes me feel like he's going to go out there and play better now?
That's fair. That's fair, man. He hasn't done anything. And I like Breece Hall. I love the talent of Breece Hall, too. But I think he needs just a change of scenery. That whole Jet stuff, him and Garrett Wilson, they're just ruining their careers there. So Patriots, Buccaneers, we'll just jet through these real fast. We'll just do one player from each team, jet through these real fast. You know, I know a lot of people got to work tomorrow, but good thing is this is something good you can just play during your lunch hour, on your drive, in the background. Patriots, Buccaneers. One Patriot, one Buccaneer that you're starting.
Drake May and Ibuka.
There you go. I like that. Ibuka coming back for sure off a bye week. Saints, Panthers. Third lowest scoring game of the week.
Rico O'Donnell. Next.
Bro, Rico's been crazy. Yeah, y'all notice how we don't even have to talk about the Saints because they're just nothing there.
I was long you're gonna let the silence sit there until you got your answer.
I mean, Rico Dowdle's pretty. That's it. That's it. Cardinals Seahawks. Now this is a Jacoby Brissett led Cardinals team.
JSN McKinney.
Okay, sounds good. So Trey McBride, JSN, got it. And Rams 49ers.
Rams Niners. Okay, we're gonna go Adams and McCaffrey.
Ooh, there we go. There we go. Lions and Washington.
That entire Lions offense.
I feel like we say that every week. That's got to tell you how good this team is. If we're saying start all your Lions players.
Well, especially after the game that they had last week, I think they're coming with a vengeance. And you're gonna that doesn't have a quarterback, yeah, they're gonna beat the shit out of these. They're coming into town just obliterating dudes.
Yeah.
Let's fire them up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and with Jaden Daniels being out for the fantasy season, this is really tough, man. I don't know if you can trust anybody on this offense. Maybe Zach Ertz, just because Mariota's older and he's running in quicksand. He's just not the same runner that he used to be. I'll go on a limb and say Zach Ertz is the only one you could trust as far as from Washington this week.
Yeah.
Steelers Chargers. Steelers coming off that big win against the Colts. And then the Chargers, now that Trevor Penning is there, he's going to have to probably take a little bit to learn the offense, but I don't know. I'm sure they'll school him up. Who's your big starters here, the Steelers Chargers?
I say Metcalf and QJ.
Metcalf and QJ. Okay. Quentin Johnson back to the island of relevancy. I like it. They're definitely going to try and shut down Keenan Allen, huh?
Yeah. Thurman Cannon. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mike Tomlin's very familiar with Keenan Allen, so I'm sure he's not going to have a problem with that. Which leads us up to our final game of the week, our Monday night matchup, Eagles, Packers in Green Bay. It's going to be cold, but it's okay. Who we got? What's our Eagles that we're starting in there? What's our big Eagle?
Jacobs Barkley. Let's go. Boom, boom.
Okay. I'm going to go Devontae Smith on this one because you're obviously starting Barkley. Like if I got Barkley, I'm starting him. I think Devontae Smith is going to have a really good game against the Packers. And my one for the Packers,
Watson.
No, I'm not going to go Watson. If Matthew Golden plays, I think Matthew Golden.
Yucky.
Yeah, I mean it's not delicious, but you know what? It'll get you fed and it'll make a turd, as they say.
Ugh.
But that's those are your players to start this week, the ones that we like. But so we got a lot of people in the chat tonight. We appreciate it. Again, you see the ticker at the bottom. Win you a free jersey at 200 subscribers. Once you subscribe to at Kingmaker Sports on YouTube. Okay, that's at Kingmaker Sports on YouTube. Like you see at the bottom, you have to be a subscriber in order to be able to win the jersey. So go ahead and do that on your way out. Also, check out our partners over at W.GG. This is the good, clean energy coffee fruit extract. Use code Kingmaker for 10% off your order every time you go, no matter how big the order. It's a lifetime code. You just keep using it over and over and over again, and you can get that good, clean energy feel and get away from all those nasty chemicals that you've been used to with, like I used to be with those like Monster and stuff like that. You know that they didn't make me feel good. We got a trade question here from Mac G. Would you trade Judkins for Pickens? That would have to depend for me. That would have to depend on how your running back room looks like and what your wide receiver room looks like. In a vacuum, I kind of like Pickens better than Judkins, but if I'm light on running back, then I'd stick with Pickens. I mean, I'd stick with Judkins. What do you think? Slade?
I lean more Judkins.
Okay.
With the Cowboys getting more defensive weapons in there, those games aren't going to be as lopsided anymore. You know, like they're not going to have to need to rely on that offense as much. Where Judkins, they're going to have to rely on him. Like it just is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. C. Russ says feelings on Dowdle. Should I drop ETN for him? He's chilling there right now.
Yes.
So you're saying drop ETN for Rico Dowdle.
ETN's been ass.
Yeah, the Jaguars' offense has not been good. Like I don't know what's going on with that team, but they're not looking good. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. can't catch. Travis Hunter's out for the fantasy season. So, man, that's a tough one. But I think you kind of have to, looking at the body of work that Dowdle's putting up for you. Because, look, ETN may be the sexier name, but Dowdle's putting up numbers. Like, Dowdle's the one that's going to help you win. So, yeah, I'm with it. I mean, I like ETN, don't get me wrong, but I'm with you, Slayton. I think Dowdle's the better play here. Mac G says, I have Gibbs, James Cook, and Woody Marks. So from his earlier question with would you trade Judkins for Pickens? So he has Gibbs, James Cook, and Woody Marks.
And most of those guys have been through by, if not all of them. So
yeah. Woody Marks is actually starting to perform for the Texans, so that's good. I think with C.J. Stroud out, Davis Mills might be looking to him for quick dump-offs. But another little tidbit that I've noticed here in fantasy, the backup quarterback usually prefers either a third-string receiver or a backup running back because they're used to playing with them on the scout team. So this could actually be, with Davis Mills starting this week, this could be good for Woody Marks. But I like Woody Marks. I think Woody Marks is great out of the backfield. But that's good. Just Gibbs and James Cook alone is good for you. And then if you do have Quinshon Judkins, I mean, running backs are hard to find, especially this deep into the fantasy season. I don't know if I'd give up Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah, and his average point total has been outrageous each game. So you're looking at a touchdown every game. You're looking at quite a few touches with quite a few yards. Like, dude's been getting points. So
yeah,
I would really keep that in your back pocket.
Yeah, because you never know. Like, any given week, like, Gibbs could go down. James Cook could go down, and you're going to wish that you had Quinshon Judkins. Like, running back is something, it's a commodity. You definitely want depth at running back for sure, Matt. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Make sure to go hit that subscribe button on Kingmaker Sports on YouTube so that way you can get entered to win a free jersey like you see down at the bottom, man. Want to see everybody out here repping some fresh gear. So that's it. That's our Week 10 preview. Come back Sunday morning, 11 a.m. You'll see myself and Slayton most times. We'll be talking about getting you ready for Kingmaker Sports game day mornings. What's going to be happening that day? Who's going to be starting? Who's going to be the guys that you want to go after? You want to start? You want to sit? Game day, game time decisions. We hate those. We hate game time decisions. But this is your spot where you can go and you can get all that information. Hey, Matt, we appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Keep on coming back. We love those questions. So come see us every Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, getting you ready an hour before kickoff. So you will see myself and Slayton here. So without any further ado, Slayton, you got anything for the viewers out there?
Hey, Geno over 1 interception.
That's the money play.
That's the money play, baby.
Slayton's made so much money off Geno Smith this year on that over on interceptions. And now he's got one less weapon. So boom, there you go. Right. They may move that line up to 1.5. You might be onto something there. So, but yeah, everybody, we appreciate you joining us tonight. We will see you Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, an hour before kickoff, with all those last-minute questions. Don't forget to subscribe to get that free jersey. We'll see y'all next time. Later.